The Chiefs at the blowout victory, second one in 3-4 weeks against the Raiders, and have quietly won 6 straight games. The boys are buzzing again in Kansas City. All right, you love their plus 225 odds to win the conference and get the number 1 seed at plus 175, Julian.
It is a good time to back Kansas City in the futures market. You're not getting as good a price as you were when this hot streak started, but we also kind of needed to see what we've seen from them to get that confidence. They deserve to be favored over the Patriots. The Patriots are on a great run. They've gotten fortunate along the way, and they have a couple of tough games coming up at Indy on Saturday night, and then the divisional game against Buffalo. So Kansas City's got a big game as well, favored Thursday night in LA. But just kind of go back to the preseason expectation. Like, the Patriots are peaking right now. They're a little higher than we thought they would be. They're going to be a playoff threat, but probably not the favorite in the AFC. Mahomes, just because of a bad start to the season with 5 brand new offensive linemen, got overlooked a little bit. The AFC belongs to the Chiefs. I'm not saying that nobody can beat them, but they deserve to be favored, and they're the best bet in the AFC.
Geoff, do you agree it's a good time to back the Chiefs right now?
No, I don't really want to back the Chiefs right now. They're just too low. I think Julian's right. Like, the time to do it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Look, the Chiefs are clearly playing better, but like, let's just hold back a little bit. They've beaten the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. They've beaten the Raiders twice, and they beat the Broncos. Whoop-de-woo. They have one good win against the Cowboys, and that was purely based on their defense. Their offense did nothing in that game. I still have concerns about this team. Mainly just offensively, if they're going to be able to get it together. And I think they're very ripe. We've seen them ripe to be defeated in the playoffs. We've seen them lose to multiple AFC contenders already. The Titans, the Bills. Even if you're not high on the Bills, man, the Titans are going to get it together. They're going to get some players back. You know, there's other teams playing well, too, in other conferences. Like the Browns have an elite defensive unit. I think they could give the Chiefs problems. I don't want to take the Chiefs in the futures. Again, I'll go back to my team. They're getting disrespected again. I think if you're looking at the AFC conference, you go down the board and you look at the Tennessee Titans again. They're in a good spot to get the division. They're plus 800. People aren't talking about them. That's the team I'd want to get on as far as AFC conference goes right now.
Okay, but Pearce, I believe before, like early in the season when this team was struggling, there was offensive struggles, yes, but that defense was terrible. Right now, the 6-game win streak, it's a group that's given up under 11 points per game on the defensive side.
Yeah, we got to look a little bit closer, kind of like with Julian Edlow looking at the offensive line issues. Well, they've fixed a lot of those offensive line issues. The running backs are healthy for Kansas City. But as you pointed out, the defense is the real story here. Now, before we talk about defense, Mahomes, yeah, has he been a little less sharp? But yeah, he hasn't had a run game. He doesn't have an offensive line. Well, that's all improved. And really, if you look at his back pass percentage or even his incompletion rate, it's not very much different than previous seasons. It's just the bad breaks for going in the other direction. And the bigger issue, though, is this defense has held teams to single digits in the last 3 games. Last 6 games, they've held opponents to 17 or fewer. You can go back even further, 13 points to Washington. Yes, they gave up 27 to Tennessee, but in that game, the offense was absolutely terrible. You look closer, and you'll see that Derrick Henry only had 86 yards on 29 carries in that game. This Kansas City defense is for real, and Geoff is completely disrespecting this defense. Like, how can you overlook that? If Kansas City's defense is playing well, they're a Super Bowl favorite.
Geoff?
They're already the favorites, though. They're the favorite. They can't get any more favoriter because they're the favorites. So I just don't want to.
Well, I don't, guys. We got to look out. We got to look out for the Lions here. Let's be honest.
Oh my God! Stop that! Stop that! Do not get Pearce all fired up on the Lions right now.